I hear everyone sorry about the cap again, getting these showers in my head's like a mop. And I don't mean a mop head like a beetle, it's all over the fucking place. Anyway, good evening, it's football. It's only for an hour, because I know that you'll be wanting to watch the match later on. Oh. Anyway, the Titanic thing, the film I was going to show. Well, I'll be showing it this week on Friday at 7:30 to give people time to get in. I don't want anyone to miss it, because this particular thing has been banned. It's been banned. And it's about the Titanic, so that's on the conspiracy theories and current affairs. It's on everything on Friday night. If you're not going out, watch it. It's only going to be shown once. That's all it's going to be shown. We can't show it twice. So get in there, boys and girls. Watch this thing, because you've never seen anything like it. And as I said, it's been banned. Watch it. That's just letting you know. CW. Big up Frank and Reds, how you say? And CW says, like and subscribe, Red, thank you. Really appreciate that. Because I never say it, do I? And the T says, great show with Foz and it. Do you know what? I didn't even know that you were there, because I was only using my phone. I can't use my big screen, like this. And I couldn't see any comments coming through or not. No, I would have seen you say, would have mentioned you, mate. I really would. But I couldn't get on there, like what I'm on now. That's me and my technical stuff. And Edward, hello, Frank and chat. Big up, TWC. Thanks, Edward. And Edward said, I don't agree with the players going abroad when they should be. I understand that. I really understand what you're saying. But they're fucking told to go abroad for the heat. Really? And who's telling them? Who's telling them, Edward? Because it's an excuse for him to go over to Holland to see his family. To see his... Okay, now it's fucking there. To see his family. Because that's what he does. He doesn't live in Liverpool, as you know. He lives in Manchester, to be in Manchester Airport. Well, I'll take a swig of my water. So, but I do agree with you. They shouldn't be going on. That's why they're knackered. And Edward says, it's not looking good for the leaders in the team for the future. Salah has seen it as well. Yes. I was listening to him today. And conspiracy. Ajax won Slot. I'll help him pack and give him a lift. I think we all want, to be honest, conspiracy. And Darryl, you need some backup, Frankie. I seen your message. I got a phone call. Honestly, I got 2 phone calls by the time your message came. No, I got 3. Nick Carter rang me. Then Jason rang me. But before then, Francine rang me. So I was on the phone. I was on the phone for ages. And he carries on by saying, Slot, just kiss off, please. I asked nicely. And Yusuf, Ajax our saviours. Piss at me, not kiss. I knew what you meant. Thought you were being polite. And Christopher. Hi, Frank and everyone. Like and subscribe. Thank you, Christopher. And Darryl, like and subscribe. Thanks for saying that, because I only need 300 for me 2K. 2K. Be good for me, though. Because as you know, it's I just don't do football. I do other things that, football is the most important, as you know, because I'm a big lad. I've been a lad for years, been everywhere, been all over the place. And but I do have other interests, as you know. I'm a PhD, and I'm a historian, and also English literature. I'm a specialist on, different kinds of great writers, the likes of Shakespeare, Dickens, poets, William Blake, fantastic. William Blake, Keats, Browning. So, and I mean more as well, but I'm just giving you an overview of what I do. And my interests. So I do have a variety of things, but this is the most important and the most damning. I really believe that lads and girls are having mental issues. I'm telling you, because of this. And people don't realise how football affects us. And it does affect us big time. I remember in the 80s. And the 80s, football saved us, because you had a sort of a managed decline by Mrs. Thatcher and Geoffrey Howe, the deputy leader. They wanted to manage decline Liverpool, to see it decline and to see how the people would react. And also, you had a Tory MP for a place in Essex called Billericay, Theresa Gorman. She wanted a genuine. What she came out with was horrendous. She said, let's build a wall around Liverpool to show future generations how people lived. My point is, the city of Liverpool could have just become apathetic, but football saved us. Everton were good. Everton won the league and that. We won, as you know, European Cups and leagues and FA Cups. And we won everything. And that was I'm not just saying that but football saved us. We always look forward to the weekends in the 80s. And at the end of the 80s, you know what happens with Hillsborough. It sours everything. And Darryl says, I'm not watching the Arsenal. Fuck that, Frankie. Yusuf, like your confidence, but we are a long, long way from that. And Darryl going on again saying, it was a great stream with Fozy and Dean. Dean knows his stuff. Oh, thanks. So I don't okay. And Fozzy does own it. No, he's a nice fella, isn't he, Dean? He's funny. He's funny in his seriousness. I'm not he's just a good lad. I like him. And you said, Daz, I don't see Arsenal retaining it. Reports Pep might walk, so we might get a free runner at it if we get the appointment right. Well, I was just talking to an old mate of mine, and I was talking to an old friend of mine, and he said about we would have won the league this year. The way the league is now, we would have walked it. And I said, yeah, if we would have kept the same team instead of breaking it up and giving Diaz and keeping Nunes and keeping Diaz and giving him the money that he deserved. That's all he wanted, to the contrary of what people say. He wanted to go. He said, give me a rise or I'll have to go. That's what he said. They wouldn't give him a rise. Diaz. But no, smashed the Klopp legacy up, and that's what it was all about, and he has done. Well, Users and Edwards and the Sloop man. And Youssef Salah's interview says it all. He said players aren't doing as many training sessions anymore. It's because of Slot. And Lindsay, even the Frank and Red fans, not looking forward to the last few games. I forgot to send you my address, Linda. I'm awfully sorry. It just slipped my mind. I had all this going on today. I did have a lot going on, to be honest. I'll send it out tonight for you. But send me your phone number. You know the phone number I asked for? Not your phone number. I've got your phone number. Was it your dentist? Talking about, yeah, your dentist. Send me the phone number. Because I'm not going to pay £2,000. There's no way. I think they're taking the piss, dentists. They just charge you for everything. Slot out, says little Lynn. Yes. Paul Bay. Good evening, Frank. Hiya, Paul, my old mate. And chat. Have to be honest, struggling at the moment seems to be arguing with people over their heads, just not getting out. They're not seeing what we saw. I wouldn't be bothered with them. I'm being honest, Paul. They're just divvies because they see what we see. And Toscana, buonasera, Franco and Co. Buonasera, Toscana. I've thought of leaving Presi Chiesa. Hang on. The thought of leaving Presi Chiesa can give Slot a bottle of Italian red wine from southern Italy called. That's second that coming from you. Shock. Very appropriate, I think. Called Conto. Sorry, forgot. Somebody, don't ever be sorry to me, Linda. I know what you mean. 280 now. You need your. All right. You're on 172. Thanks, Edward. So I need 280. If I ever get them, that is. If I ever get them. And Stephen. Good evening, Frank and our fellow Reds. So it's Operation Slot Out. You never walk alone. Yes, it's been Operation Slot Out for me last year. And PP. Hiya, Frank. Thought I'd tuned in to Peaky Blinders. No, I got a shower and that, and my fucking head's all over the place. I was on the Fozzie show this afternoon. I had to wear it then as well. But I could only use my fucking phone. Oh, it's ridiculous. Tell. My dad just messaged me and said, Big Tosh is in the, oh no, in the hospice. Oh, jeez, I hate that. I remember going up to see me mate, and when I went in, every time I finished a lesson, tutorial. I used to pop in before I went home, and when I went in this day, he said he's gone to the hospice, and I never seen him after that. Went to his service, obviously. Don't like anything like that. Lisa. Are you Lisa? Slot might have been tying a few knots with Ajax this last week, Frank. Hopefully. Yeah, I think I don't know whether I mentioned it a few weeks ago, to be honest, Lisa. I know I've mentioned it. I mentioned in the same breath as well that, representatives here, and I mean, plural representatives. I've been talking to a representative of Xabi, but Xabi can't say anything, do anything, because he's still under contract with Real Madrid until June. So he can't come out and say, like, I've been approached or anything like that. But you're right about Ajax wanting them. You can fucking have them as well. Put ribbons around them, Lisa, and send them through Amazon. Parcel floors. PP. Notice how Salah posts pictures working out in the gym, and he's always alone. He is the standard setter, no doubt. Yes. I heard him talking about Klopp. And you could see the ooze coming out of him. And when it was mentioned about Klopp, he sighed, he went, and now he loves the city. That this fella doesn't. You know that. If he loved our city, or even liked it, he'd be living here. Wouldn't he? Instead of Manchester. That's annoying. All right, Frank in chat says the Vader. Are you Vader? And Jason says, Frank, check that remote again, mate. Look for an autofocus button. That should fix your camera. Also, all right, hang on. Okay, now I'll change my glasses. See these little prints on a remote. Excuse me, people. Is that it? Brilliant, that. Not that clever, that. When someone gives me instructions about all these monitors and things and remote controls and blimey. But anyway, as long as you can hear me, as long as you can see me mad at, that's okay. And read out your wonderful comments. And please, if you're tuning in, you haven't subscribed or you haven't liked, can you just do it for me, please? Because it's the algorithm. Sounds like your South American dance, doesn't it? Algorithm. Tango. Thanks, Jay. Thank you, mate. Jason, if you don't know, is the producer. Fuck the Arsenal. Can't be asked watching them Southern Fairies in the Champions League. I thought you should all be watching. I wasn't not definitely watching the Bayern game tomorrow night. Definitely watching that. And PSG. Me. And Virgil, my old mate Steve Mulholland. Virgil was defending their days off instead of training. He said they don't get much time. What? They should be forced to work in a factory 6 days a week from 9 to 5. Yes. Yes. Look, what I did, I had to work over a day, then go out to different colleges of a night. So I was doing me teaching of a day, then having to go straight out, sometimes straight from one college to another, different times. So I was getting in at 11 o'clock at night, sometimes 10 o'clock, 10:30, 11 o'clock. And there was one college, and he said, would you do a Saturday morning? Because, fucking hell. So I had to do a Saturday morning. So really, these lads, that to just kick they don't even kick a ball now, do they? They throw tennis balls at each other and fucking medicine balls, so they're doing no training. And would it be great to have, a gym to yourself, do what you want, be looked after by a person? Because people do go to gyms and have to pay a lot of money for the trainer to be with them. So you're right there, Steve. And Youssef, I was gutted. City couldn't do the business last night rather than Arsenal. Yeah, rather them than Arsenal. It's not over yet, though, to be honest. I understand, though. And Everton as well. And Jason, the producer, don't press any other... Oh. Is it all right, Jay? Because I was pressing that focus thing. Cedric, good man. Looking clear now. Thank you, Cedric. Thank you. I wonder what that is. Oh, yeah. But I can't get... Oh, yeah. And the user, the old team is cooked. Isak and Wirtz are slop. Slop. Ekatike injured. Manager is dumb. Salah leaving. Alisson most likely leaving. Yeah. But let's see what this season ends brings. Let's see what the season end brings, boys and girls. Because look, we're a shelter by club, so you'll never know. Who is leaving or coming in, to be honest? If anyone's coming in, we have to sell. And Jason, yeah, it's fine now, mate. I could see you zooming in and out, so didn't want you upside down. That's all good. Jason rang me, he said, you better get into your little studio. I said, what for? He said, turn it on, just go in, bang. And there I am upside down because I was pressing. I never had my reading glasses on or anything. I'll just have my distant glasses on. It's all small print, isn't it? So I was just pressing things, you know. And on this remote control, never used this remote control, by the way. So anyway, when I went, I was upside down. I was upside down. He said, you better get in. Good job. He was home. Because normally Jason's out working late, down manholes and things. And Darryl, you've missed so many comments. Have I? Have I? Have I, Darryl? Are you sure? Oh, I've been reading every one of them. Well, I've come across, Darryl. But thanks for letting me know anyway. And Laura Shakespeare, best name in the world, though. Slot out, please. Yes, Laura. Yes. Hell is empty, all the devils are here. Shakespeare there, quote that. And who are all the devils? We're the devils, we want them out. We want the devil out of hell. No, we want the devil back in hell. The sloop man. The future of the club is screwed. See the way he's put screwed there? Good, isn't it? Red. I like that. Lindsay. Laura, agree. Slot out. And Darryl. Players that should leave is Samikas, Elliott, McAllister, Frimpong, Gomez, Gapco for me. I'm glad you never said Jones there. And Jason. I'm hiding that remote control when I see you at the weekend. You will as well, won't you? And Kevin Portley, evening Frank, evening Kevin. Like and subscribe Oh, isn't that lovely? Thank you, Kevin. Thank you so much, fella. Really appreciate it. I only need 300, I think. 271. Whether to get them, to get that 2K. Be great if it did. Because, I do read out all the comments, as many as I can. Well, whatever's up there, I read out every one of them. And that's what it's about. Want to chat to Jason? I want Frankie and Darryl dream team again. And Laura says, Isak should go. Hang on. Isak should go too. And don't say Jones. I'm going to kick your head in, Laura. You're going to get your little leg kicked in. Do you ever remember those lunatics? You know, when you go to a match in the 70s? Because where I lived, I used to walk up along Great Ormond Street and up the valley, you know, to the ground. And all these they all has, you know, the scarves around the wrists, all walking like that. You're going to get your fucking head kicked in. Yeah, all right, lads. Go and kick it in. Stephen Cloughlin. Now, Jones, to be honest, Laura, honestly, I like Jones. And if you're a Scouser, Lauren, hang on a minute. Let me put that up again. If you're a Scouser, Laura, we always have to have a Scouser on the side. Sweetheart, honestly. But, you know, don't forget that we've got a global fan base, which is great. Don't get me wrong, I embrace all our fans, no matter where they're from. Whether they're from Hartlepool or Tokyo. Whether they're from, you know, New York or San Francisco or Tampa, as one of the lads is, or Rome. I embrace them. I embrace every one of them. But you have to have a Scouser for the Scouse mentality in the team. And Jones is a very good player. But he's always, you know, to some fans, he's a scapegoat. They just say Jones, Jones, Jones. Constantly. And yeah, he was great against Man United. But they always nitpick and say, oh, he did it, you know, a bad pass. But the fucking bad pass didn't fucking lead to a goal. They forget what he does. They just forget. I'll give you an example against Everton. You know, he took the ball from just outside our area and went through. And he has an exchange with someone, I don't know who it was. And then he passed it forward. And from there to Szoboszlai, and Szoboszlai had a goal and went out for a corner. And we know what happened from the corner. Big Virgil scored. That was Everton. They forget things like that, you see. I like Jones. I like he's been with us since he was 6 years of age. And I don't want to see him go. Whoever wants Slot to stay should be named and shamed and blocked. Named, shamed and blocked. Yes. Go along with that. And Daryl, I hope I had subscribers from the Fozzie show earlier, Frank. They all need to pay attention when you're talking and listen carefully. Thank you. Thank you for that, Daryl. And Steve Mulholland, hit the likes, everyone. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, mate. Would sell Isak to the highest bidder in the summer. How much would you get for him? I remember when we were interested in him, and I'm being honest, I don't fucking look at him. Newcastle or other players, but I remember him at Anfield, and he was good. I said, this lad's tidy. But that Francine, when we were interested in him, she said, he's injury prone, Dad. He's injury prone. I said, what do you mean he's injury prone? She said, he's always getting injured. Well, bump, bang. And that's all he's been this year, isn't it? Nothing against the lads. Got nothing against them at all. But if he was sold, wouldn't bother me. being honest. And Lindsay, about time we had more Scousers coming through the ranks, yes. But some of them are terrible. I've been watching, they always watch the under 21s and 18s. And Polo says, I'll name slot. Supporters Redmen TV, Anfield Rap equals horrible lot, says the Polo. Yeah. Yeah, they are the slot ends. Well, they get freebies, don't they? I know all about them. And Laura, you should play then. Yes, Laura. And when I'm on 2,000, no, when I'm on 280k a week, I'll take it out. No, I won't. I'll take it on holiday, quick 2-day holiday or a 3-day holiday. You know what I mean? Because I'll be that rich. And Slot will be saying, go on a holiday. Okay, boss. Okay, boss. Where can I go? Go anywhere in the world. Okay, boss. So we let down to the Amalfi Coast in Italy. You'd love it there, Laura. And Stephen says, I used to find a banter with the cop and the Annie Road very funny. Says, yeah, they were. Yeah, they used to call us, didn't they? Did. Barry, the trouble is, Frank, if Jones isn't a first choice midfielder, he will want to go. I like him a lot, but yeah, he is a bit player and he doesn't seem to start. So you're right there, mate. And Stephen says, Stephen Coughlin, he says, Curtis Jones will probably sold for profit under John. Yes. Yes. You're spot on there, Stephen. And Daz, he says, I don't agree. I think Isak, with the proper pre-season and right manager and system and training methods, he will be great. Lots of people are saying that as well, Daryl, to be honest. Lots of people. And Jamie Cartwright, hiya, Jamie. I'd sell McAllister before Jones on form. Yes, absolutely. Good shout, Jamie. Really good shout, and you're so right. And Steve Mulholland. Curtis Jones sometimes reminds me of Stevie McMahon. I remember Stevie ran and desperate to keep the ball in play. That led to a goal, yeah? Remember that? And it was in the cup as well, wasn't it? When they thought it was going out, and he ran, pulled it back, beat a player, ran towards, and little pass. And it was a goal. I forget who scored. Stevie McMahon was brilliant. Now, he's an unsung hero, Stevie McMahon, because he used to get stuck in. No one got past him. Yeah, I remember Vinnie Jones trying to have a go, and he nearly snapped Vinnie Jones in half. Remember that? That arsehole, Jones. And Redmen TV, yes, men. Like Slot and love the free stuff from the club shop. Spoofers. Polo. LFC Academy is not fit for purpose, says Polo. It's shocking. And this is the way. Slot never goes down there, does he? He's never gone there. And you can see that with Ingamoa. He never plays him. And that young Nione. I don't think Nione, is at the level that we need, if you know what I mean. Young Naoni. It's just sad. I'm just going to mention these people, these sponsors of mine, if you don't mind, people. Got patent services. Listen, if you know an NHS worker, if you know an elderly couple, or just an elderly person on their own and they want to decorating, just get these in because they get special discounts. They're fully insured. There's no cowboys because they're all time served lads. They're brilliant. They're in and out. And if you don't fit into the categories of NHS workers or an elderly couple or an elderly person, just get them in. Just give them a ring. And they go down and they give you the price for what you want to without any obligation whatsoever. That's Gap Patent Services. Sponsor every pod that I do. Frank Carlyle does. Thank you. Gap Patent Services. And Darryl says, Jamie McAllister is shocking. He is finished. Jamie McAllister is finished. And Barry says, hiya Barry, if we qualify for the Champions League by beating Chelsea, I'd like to see Rio, Naoni, even Wright get minutes. Yeah, I totally agree there. That young Wright's good, though. He's got potential. He really has. Young Wright. But Rio, he's got bags of it. He's got bags of he's got it in him. He's just got it in him, the lad. Oh, excuse me. Darren Baker. Even if Frank in chat, I tell you now, Frank, Slot won't be here at the end of the season. But no, he's going. I've said it, Darren. I've heard words. Words. Not a word. Words. He's finished. He's gone. And you've got to look at FSG as well. They can't afford to lose money. They can't afford another season of struggle. If you know what I mean. They're not going to say, well, okay, they know that. They know nothing about football. And they were told when we bought that lot in the summer that this side will dominate. They didn't realise how much struggle under this manager or coach, whatever he is, whatever he likes to call himself, would fail with him. Fail. Whereas we should have gone on and dominated. And that's the way it is. Because they can't afford to come out of the Champions. We will get Champions League, but they wouldn't want to see another struggle like we did this season. And they're going to get shut. Do you know that? That's why Ajax have come in for him. And he doesn't live here either. And his wife doesn't, and the kids, they're still in Amsterdam. Or wherever he lives in fucking Holland. And Stephen Cloughlin, Maka will be different player in the World Cup when he plays for Argentina. Yep. Because they play different systems. He was brilliant last season. He was brilliant. Fuck. And the King Vader says, Isak's being very... Hang on. Isak is being very poorly trained, like all of them, not training properly. Isak only missed 3 games last season for Newcastle. The injuries are down to Slot. Yes. Go along with that, Vader. Little Linda says, anagram of Slot is lost. And the Vader, I'd sell, yes, so would I. And McAllister before Jones, yes. You know, there's all different opinions about Gravenberch, but I think he's awful myself. And don't forget, he couldn't get a game, could he? Right through the season. I think he had a couple of games for Bayern when he was at Bayern. They just, yeah, crap, mate. And we got him. Plays all right last season for patches. Anyway. And Barry says it's the right time to sell Macca. Yes. Yes. Listen, boys and girls, you know, if you're new to the channel and you're having comments and comments and I'll read them out. If you do, I don't ask for anything. I don't do super chats or anything. Everything is free. Everything. I don't ask for anything off anybody. And Zaral says, why don't we get rid of Batatic? The saying he is brilliant in kick the ball for yes, he hasn't. The lad's is injury prone. He went to Las Palmas, didn't he? And he kept getting injured there. It's the way it is, unfortunately. It's the way it is, you know what I mean? And Barry says, Daryl, great comment that, mate. Yep. True crime down. And he says, at this point, Slot is irrelevant to me. We need a manager, not a head coach. Bang on, that. That's bang on. These young lads need someone on them all the time to push, motivate. Even a father figure when needed. That's a great comment. I'll tell you why about the father figure. That's what Jurgen Klopp was to the young lads coming through. And he was a father figure too. Trent, he was a father figure. That's why, well, I do know, honestly, when he found out that he was leaving, he went, fuck that. Genuinely. If Jurgen Klopp, if Edwards wouldn't have come back, and the other fella, Julian Ward, Trent would have still been here. But Jurgen, I'm telling you now, that's 100% fact. Good shout. True crime down. Good shout. And Stephen Gloughlan. Gary Gillespie and Jason McAteer are the worst put. Jason McAteer, the self-professed legend. Sorry, but fucking God. Dennis, me mate, from Tampa. A brief hello, goodbye. Hello, hello. I don't know why you say goodbye. I say, yep, okay. Bogged down and work. Have a great show, mate. Always live. Oh, always love the crap. Thank you. Thank you, Zeris. Good man. Thank you. Thanks, Barry. And Stephen Coughlin again. Becky Davis is a Wool and not a Scouser on the LFC. I know she is. I know she is. So is that Mark Bedstead. They're all fucking they're not Scousers. Should have mail, shouldn't they? Be fucking selling them. And Polo says, can anyone name one player Slaughter's? None. Not one. Not one single one. Polo. And as you say, none. Exactly. And Stephen says, Slaughter's a clown and became a season wonder. The bald fraud. He became a season wonder, not with us. Not with us. I'm telling you now, not with us. He became a season wonder with our souls who keep saying he won us the league and he didn't. He didn't. I'm telling you now. It was Mo Salah with his golden boot and his record assists. And how the fuck can anyone call Jason McAteer and Steve Warnock and Melle as Liverpool? I know. The only ones who wasn't a legend, but has done so much for the foundation is Kirkland. I respect him. Jamie Cartwright. Really hope you're right, Frank. I've wanted Slot gone for ages. Jamie, we've always wanted him gone, mate. If you would have been following I had this stream before the end of last season, we were just saying, I hope he doesn't come back for next season. Genuine, that. Because we fucking found him. We found out. We found him out from last March. Last March. Can you believe Gravenberch earns 200? Yeah. Have you noticed that, though? It's one of the biggest stints that you're ever going to likely to get about the sloop man going. And he's gone like that to the likes of Softlat. Gravenberch, I'll give you the eyes. 280. How's that? So you'll be okay. And he's fucking gone, are you kidding me? Mate, 280 a week. Yeah. And he did the same with Gapco. That's so he won't be sold. I hope you realise that. Because who's going to fucking give him? Who's going to buy him at that a week? Because he's going to demand that. I want the same wages. You know, if someone comes in for him, trying to fucking sell him. He's fucking crap. I've said it. I've never rated him. He's been overrated by lots and lots of fans. And I don't see what they fucking see in him. Honestly. Don't see what they see in him. Daryl, just get rid of this. Just get rid of this class prick. There was no intensity against United. The worst United game I can remember. Yes. And PP. Remember, people used to say, he's got footballers' legs. That is Tommy Smith, Gerrard, Souness, Frimpong, Isak, Gapco and Ekatike all got skinny legs. No wonder they don't put the foot in, yes. Whether you agree with me, PP, or not, the fella who does put his foot in, and when you look at him, when you see his stature, you go, yeah. I mean, what I'm going to say, because this fella's stocky, and he's got, good legs on him, and he just gets stuck in. He fucking gets stuck in. And that's Kerkez. Kerkez gets stuck in. Whether you agree with me or not, I don't know. But you're right about them, the likes of Tommy Smith. He had 3 trunks in. Steven Gerrard, very strong legs. And Suey. Incredible. And you're right about Frimpong, Gapco, Isak, and Ekatike. It's transfer silly season once again, Frank, says Stephen. On players being linked and never materialise as future set. Exactly. That's why, that's why I take no notice. That's why I take no notice, because I can do what others do. It's so simple, and most probably get thousands of people on, subscribed. And that's picking up a paper or just putting us on my monitor there, what they're saying, what pundits are saying, what writers are saying, reading it out. Well, there's what, David Ornstein says. I can fucking do that. We don't have to listen to what fucking David Ornstein says or anybody else. We've got our own mind. We watch what we fucking watch. We can see what we're seeing. We can see the decline. We don't fucking need someone on a fucking pod reading what he says out, or anybody else. Oh, look who we're after. Oh, we're linked with. How many fucking players? We're linked with everyone. But you get the supporters saying, I'd love it. I said, remember when I said I wanted Carabashela? I said, I've been watching it because I follow Serie A as well. I said, there's a lad named Carabashela. I said, we get him. He's brilliant. Plays for Napoli. And then the following season, he played against us for Napoli. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Do you ever remember when Inzaghi scored? Not Inzaghi. Insignia scored, not Inzaghi. Sorry. Insignia scored last minute. Beat us 1-0. Remember? Well, Carabashela was playing then. And I said the following season, I said, get him. And he was up for 58 million. We could have got him. Could have had him. And what did James Pearce say? He's an unknown quantity. That's because we didn't want to go in and pay the money. That was the excuse. Unknown quantity. Disgusting. I wanted Zubamendi. We could have had Zubamendi. I was saying, we get this fella. Hughes went over. And their president said, just give us the money you can have. Just give us it. You've got the money there. Give us it. And Hughes was saying, can we give you in instalments? He said, no, fuck off. And who got him? Arsenal. Paid the money. Look at Gay. We didn't get... Hughes, this fucking bum Hughes, tried to hold back with 5 million. Gay would have been playing for us today. He wouldn't give him it. He wouldn't give Palliser. No, we've given our son what we want to give. You're asking for an extra 5 million. No, we're not getting it. He said, okay, then, fuck off. That was it. He went to City. This is why I don't come out and say about who we're linked with. I let other people say that. It's people that, you would like. But unfortunately, we never get the players that we like. I never heard one I'm being honest here. I never heard one football fan saying about Isak before he was linked. Not fucking one. I hear, if we get that Isak, he's got to be fucking brilliant, him. Ekatike never fucking even heard of him. No one mentioned him. The only player, I'm telling you now, who was, I heard them saying, wouldn't mind this lad. And that was the lad I just mentioned a few minutes ago, Kirkers. Because he was great for Bournemouth. And Zaz says, I'm not calling slot class. Fucking no. Fuck no. Well, that's what I read out. I know what you meant, though. And I knew that you did. Mr. B. Hello, Frank. Hello, Mr. B. Cedric. When they say forget the system, like Dom did last game, we play better, but it doesn't happen enough. That's a great comment because I said exactly the same. Not then. It's when we played Newcastle at Anfield and that Gordon scored. Remember, he opened up the score and we were getting beat 1-0 and we were playing that fucking stupid system that the Sloopman plays. And I'm convinced, because when you see them going back, our lads, and they're all jumping up and down, all the little black and white stripes, the Newcastle players, and you see Virgil, and he's shouting at the players, and he must have been shouting, fuck this, let's get at these, let's fucking play the way we can play, and we did. And we beat them 4-1. We were good. You're right there, Cedric, mate. Good shout. And Mr. B, how the fuck did we give him those wages but let Diaz go? Unbelievable. I'm telling you, look, being honest, Szoboszlai was on 120 a week. And this is genuine. This is fact. This is 100%. So anyway, what has happened was Szoboszlai, that's all he was on, 120, Szoboszlai. And Diaz said, can I have the same as Szoboszlai? Because he was on 80 grand a week. He's one of the lowest. I think he was the lowest, him and Curtis. The lowest paid first teamers. And he said, can he have the same wages? That's it. And he said no. Because it was in the fucking pipeline that he'd be sold. Because Hughes and the other fucking fella, Edwards, was saying, we have to buy players. We're going to make this team invincible in the summer. So there was no chance of Diaz getting a wage and the other player to go. And he was one of our great pressers. You mightn't agree, but he was one of our great pressers. And that was Darwin Núñez. You know, people say, he was always missing sitters. He was in the right fucking place to miss the sitters. Not only that, but he did score goals. And he did assists. He wasn't no slouch. And that's why they called him Captain Chaos. The fans fucking loved him. A lot of others didn't. So they got rid of them. So where's the press go after that? Where's the fucking press go last season? This season, I'm sorry. Where did it go? It's gone. Finished. Finito. Daz. He puts Gravenberch as a DM when a DM is meant to tackle. You're right. And I was watching Fabinho, you know, against. Remember when we played? I was actually there, at Anfield when we played Barca, when we beat them 4-0. And I love watching the highlights. You know, you get on YouTube. Fabinho was fabulous that night. And even Robertson, he fucking showed in the very first, I think it was the very first couple of minutes. He went like that to Messi, fucking pushed his head. Messi was sitting down, you know, on the pitch, you know, pretending to be, you know, he said almost fouls, man. He fucking wasn't, you know what I mean? And he just fucking pushed his head down to fucking tell him, you're in a fucking game now. You're not in Barcelona, mate. You're fucking here at Anfield. And Fabinho was the same. You'd never get that again with this fucking fella. You'd never get any of those nights. Ever. Barry says, I couldn't believe the wages they have given Gravenberch. I wouldn't have gone any more than 175k. I just hope he comes good under Alonso or whoever. I don't think he will. Look, how many times have I been? 3 years I've been asking for a DM. And he's no DM, as Darryl said. When does he put a fucking tackle in? I think it was DM as well. Not T. Mr. B. I think it was him who said, I just want to see Liverpool getting dirty socks and dirty shorts. In other words, getting fucking stuck in. And you know what the excuse is? You know when we say that? Get fucking stuck in. Oh, they're saving themselves for the World Cup. Oh, fuck off. Stop with the silly excuses. Fuck's sake. Jan Molby was a proper tidy footballer. I know Jan. He was brilliant. He wouldn't run, was he? He used to just stand in the centre circle, fucking pass it everywhere. Give it to Jan. Great passer of a ball, big Jan. Got a photograph of him here. Oh, I've got me. Oh, yeah, I am. No, I haven't. Got me phone. No, if I would have, I thought I had my phone. I haven't got my phone. I would have showed you me and him, me and Jan. When we were at a function together. Great fella. And have you noticed the way Darryl spells his name? Jam. Jam Moby. Brilliant. And Mr. B, listening to Slot or believing is like trusting a brass for being excited. That's a cracker, man. That's a fucking cracker. When I was on the Fozzie show this morning, this afternoon, Dean came out with a cracker. He says, under Slot, he said, it's just like going out to do duty. You know, on parade. Duty on parade. Brilliant, the way he said it. Duty on parade. Just like go. And it's fucking right. Just like going out into the fucking big thing, courtyards, wherever they go on, the soldiers, and doing marches. They're doing the duty without any fucking effort. And Mr. B, fed up being being shortchanged. Tell you what, boys, brilliant comments coming out. Brilliant. And David Gould, hello David. Hi Frank, would love to see Harvey given another chance next season. He's definitely no worse than what we have now. Nice cap, thank you. I'm only wearing it because I'm not posing. Because, you know, I had a shower, my head's all over the place. You know, like that electricity. And it's too fucking missing. Fucking hell. Thanks, David. But you're right. And but I think he's going to. I think he's going to Leipzig. You know, I think he is. But I wouldn't mind him back. But I've always said about Harvey, you know, when he was playing for us, he's great coming off the bench. He is. He's a great getting off the bench, but not starting, unfortunately. But I always said he's great coming off the bench as little Harvey. And his heart was with Liverpool, by the way, as you know. His heart was with Liverpool. Good shout, David Gould. Good shout, mate. The raw. You know, it was all them for me. All right, Frankie and chat. Hiya, mate. Ornstein, Joyce, Jacobs all changing their tune on Slot. FSJ has told them to start making noises. Good shout that there, Taz. Because they are making noises. And about fucking time as well. No, I don't think it's FSJ. I think, you know, they're looking and going, our fans are not fucking stupid. They're turning on us because I was calling them for everything. I wouldn't take fucking notice of Ornstein. I wouldn't take notice of Joyce. Any of them. And then he was getting called, you know, either under the fucking thumb of FSG, and they can't afford that themselves. And Jamie Cartwright, we're missing a quality holding midfielder badly. Teams just walk through us, through our midfield. We never replace Fabinho. That's what I said before, Jamie, mate. I said it. We've never replaced him. Just imagine Jamie having, you know, a Mascherano type player. No one got through. No one would get through. Brilliant, him. But so was Fab. So was Fab. And Mr. Beat at the house. 100% lad. And Daz says, stay on till now, fuck off. Stuff arse. The Anfield Road. Right now, we have no foundation to build from as a club. According to yous or the club's policies, we didn't sign anyone else after Zubamendi because they were not of the quality, but Frimpong is. Yes. I mentioned him before, the Anfield. Zubamendi. We wouldn't pay. He wanted to fucking pay in installments, use. And he just told him to fuck off. Go on, fuck off. You've got the money there. Fucking give us it. Arsenal got it. Arsenal just said, okay, yeah, Mr. Josh. And Stephen says the Fekir deal fell through was a disgrace in the way the deal collapsed. I'll tell you why it was collapsed. I'll tell you about that. Fekir. Brilliant player. And remember, the excuse was he was injured. And Fekir that season, we were supposed to buy him in the summer. Fekir that season played all the way through the season. You're saying, he's got a fucking big hole in his knee. Fuck off. We knew that. He didn't. And I'll tell you for why he was there. When we bought Ali, and we had the money to buy Ali, we bought the Verge, didn't we? In the January window. And the rest of the money, we couldn't get Ali until the summer. And that money was for that. And FSG just said, no. You're not buying this player. True story, that. That's why we never got Fekir. That's why we didn't get him. Stephen. Ali, our Romania friend. Good evening. Good evening, Ali, mate. Good evening, fella. And Cedric, Zubi wanted the mountains, so he chose us. There's the mad excuses, Cedric. He was coming here. I'll tell you who else was coming here. And his parents was actually put up in a penthouse. I always forget the name of this hotel. Always forget the fucking name of it. Maybe it's gone because I remember my ex-partner bring me down for a Christmas lunch. It was one of my Christmas presents. Oh, what's the name of it? Forget it anyway. It's in there on the waterfront. And big eyes right up in the penthouse. And he was there, this family. And he says, the dad said, he just loves Liverpool. He just loves it. And they're so delighted. And then the phone call to Slot. Not to fucking Slot. I got him on the brain. To Jürgen and said, no, you can't. We're not giving you the money. Because if you remember, Jürgen won everything on a shoestring budget. Remember when we won the league? He wanted to strengthen. Remember when we won the Champions League? He wanted to strengthen. Now we give him a fucking penny. So anyway, the lad, when the phone went, I believe Jürgen just went, fucking through the phone. Through it. And that lad was Jude Bellingham. They wouldn't pay the money. They said no. They made a fool of Jürgen, by the way, in front of his parents. Because as I said, he was doing, what hotel? I forget the name of the fucking hotel anyway. maybe I banished it from my mind simply because I went there with my ex for a Christmas lunch, and to see the scenery, to see from the skyline of Liverpool. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I can clearly see Curtis Jones is saying, fuck the system. Every week he plays, at least showing a fight towards the ball play. Yeah, told him to fuck off, didn't he, a few weeks ago? That's why he doesn't get picked. That's a fact. That's an under fact as well. Just went, oh, fuck off. Slot. But he has to play him because there's fucking no one else. How can you play a midfielder right back against Man United while Joe Gomez, who can play right back, is on the bench? Makes sense of that. Makes sense of bringing Robertson off and putting Kerkers on. As soon as we scored our second, he should have brought Rio on. He should have brought that kid on as soon as we got our second. But the system says no. I think that, them Van Bronckhorst, whatever his fucking name, sits there with his little tablet. And it must be, coming up saying, the system says no. So in the 88th minute, the system says yes. That's when fucking Chiesa comes on. The last couple of minutes, fucking useless fucking prick. Not Chiesa, I'm talking about Van Bronckhorst and fucking slop boy. Ali says Diaz played for Diaz played for $3 million per year at Liverpool. Meanwhile, others have 4 to 5 times bigger salary. Not fair at all. And when he asked for the rise, they threw him and raised others' wages. That's the lack of respect. Absolutely, Ali. And Steve, let's go, champ. Hiya, Stevie. Hiya, Stevie, mate. And Steve, Zubimendi wanted the bright lights of London to join them. So no one listens to what I fucking say. Fucking hell, please. Just fucking listen to what I say. It's fucking 100% fact. He was coming here. They're fucking presidents. So he didn't want the fucking bright lights. He wanted the bright lights of Liverpool. And the blueness of the Mersey. Just fucking hell. Please. If fucking Hughes would have paid the money, he would have been playing for us. Where's the fucking bright lights of London, here in Liverpool? No one takes a fucking blind bit of notice, I fucking say. Fucking hell. That's why I was going to pack this fucking up. Only it was sold not to. Because no one takes a blind fucking... that was a terrible comment. That's a fucking slap in my fucking face, that. By Stephen. He wanted the bright lights of London, fairy, and fuck off. I'm not having it. The Anfield Road, the reason we didn't sign Lucho was we would have had to back pay his wages, and they knew that he would have wanted 200k plus and then back pay. So he was not financially valued for money, but Gapco is. And fucking Gravenberch as well. Put in that on field. Gravenberch, 280 a week. Are you fucking having a laugh? Tom Werner is a Zionist supporter of Israel, and he has plans for LFC to play games there. Get FSG out of LFC. Yeah, he has. The fans won't have that. I'm fucking telling you now. The fans will not have them going over to fucking Israel. And the way the situation is, I think that Maccabi, they always seem to qualify for the Champions League every fucking year. They'll be thrown out the way it is now, the way the world's going against fucking Israel. But he is. People don't fucking realise the owners and what they're fucking involved in. Fabinho destroyer, Mascherano destroyer. I don't want Wharton. He is a silky passer, but that's it. I want Fernandez from West Ham. He is quality, says Darren. Yes. Oh yeah, there's the Evertonians, look. Evening, Everton. Good evening, Richie. Hope you're well. Hope you're well. Pat Francis. Is that Plymouth? Evening, Frank. How are you doing? I hope that you'd be okay. I can't wait for this season to end. Not any of us. To lose to the manure is shocking and disgraceful. This just sums up how our season has been. Yes. Good point there, Pat. Good shout that, mate. Frank, says the Vader. They don't press because Slot tells them not to. He wants a possession team. That's why Isak hardly touches the ball. Yeah, you're right. What did he say? What did he say? Like at half time. And he said, with his press conference, I don't fucking look at him, getting told this. Well, I wasn't getting told already. And he said, we had the touch of the ball. We controlled the ball. And that was in the first half. He said, work that fucking one out, 2-0 down. Could have been 3 or 4-0 down. But we had the fucking control of the ball. Complete and utter fucking arsehole. All right, lads. And the PP says Diaz, 47 games, equals 47 goal and assists this season. There you go. There you fucking go. Sorry about this. Just went down. Great thing there, by the way. And Stevie says, if Edwards Hughes were smart, they would have added bonuses in Gapco, Gravenberch, new deals depending on their performances as per game. That is 100k wage plus 50k per goal, GA or rating among 8 every game. They're not smart. No, you see, they're looking after the Dutch players. How many fucking Dutch players have been linked with as well? I can name 3. That Groen, whatever his fucking name is. Another lad named Keith Smith. And some other fucking clown. 3 of them. Okay, now. Look after our Dutch lads. Yeah, fuck off. That's enough of yous. All right, draw, mate, says the Vader. Liverpool forever. Hello, Frank, how are you? It's me. Oh, go away. I was really disappointed when the Man U lost. How are you, mate? I haven't seen you for yonks. But we really need to learn and build for next season. Yes. Yes. Bacchus, yes. Good to see you, by the way. Big up, bro. Says the T. And to the Vader, the law says, I will only be all right when I see a new regime in place at our club. Yes. Yes. We should bring Harvey back. Yeah, someone else just said that, more or less an hour ago or so. Bacchus. Does. Frank is only wearing his cap because his hair dryer broke. You cheeky get you. Frank, Chelsea might get it right now if they get Xavi Hernandez in as their new boss. Is he going there, is he? Or do you mean for next season? Or do you mean like now? We've got to play them, haven't we? And do you know what? It'll be our thing until we come up fucking stuck against them, if you know what I mean. At Anfield as well. All right, Barry. Even in my maze. Dermot Nolan. Hey, it's Dermot. Don't like to see a manager go, but it's not happening. And it's time to say thanks, but it is happening, Dermot. It's happening, mate. So you can go to bed and rest now. Easy. Have sweet dreams. Don't have nightmares. Because it's happening. The Anfield Road. Our biggest dilemma now is in the markets, every team can see what we want. The days of working quietly are over. Hang on. You now are in a battle with other sides for players. I'm not sold on Wharton. Neither am I. I'm being honest. I'm glad someone came across that because, to me, he's not fast. And he's injury prone. He gets fucking injured easily. Wharton. I'd rather have that Anderson. If we're having an homegrown player. And Stevie says Frank Frimpong is the Salah replacement. Which idiot said this on your show? No. I know. Forget those. Stevie. I love the European Cup final on a Wednesday night. I don't know why. Nostalgia. I don't know why. Nostalgia, I suppose. Of course it is, too. It is, but that's going back, isn't it? It's going back fucking years. That was mad, that, wasn't it? I remember playing, the first time I ever seen us in the European Cup final. I'm talking European Cup. Was in 77 in Rome. Balla Roma. And it was a Wednesday night. We just played on the Saturday against Man United in a FA Cup final, got beat 2-1. Remember when Jimmy Case scored against Alex Stephanie? Cracking goal. Well, they scored a fluky goal, didn't they? Lou Macari. Anyway, and then we went. But we had the belief that, excuse me, excuse me, we had the belief that we were going to win, albeit we just got beaten at the FA Cup final. And that was on the Wednesday night. Playing on fucking Saturday and playing in the European Cup final on a Wednesday night. So I know what you mean, see. And Ali, Liverpool management understand quality different than others. You wouldn't cocoa. You wouldn't cocoa, Ali. And it's interesting, Frankie, isn't it? Says the law. Use flip-flopping policies only suit his narratives. Carragher hit the nail on the head when he said that this is Slot's vision. Technical over blood and sweat. Yeah. I don't know whether you know where, or, but do you know where fucking Hughes lives? Do you know where he lives? He doesn't live down the road from me. He lives in fucking Bournemouth and he's employed by us. Fucking hell. Fancy getting a job at Marks and Spencer's up here and you're fucking living over in Leeds. Do you think they'd stand for that if you commuted? No. Fucking sack you. Or give you the job in Leeds. Like he should fucking be given a fucking job in Bournemouth, where he came from. And the other prick fucking job over there, where he is going to Ajax, isn't he? And Pat Francis. It's typical of the Blue Noses to put up a performance like that against City. I remember when we were going for the title in 18, 19, 20, 22. We'd have won the title back then. Yes. But they should have had a penalty, shouldn't they? In the last minute. Remember, who was it? Rodriguez, I forget who fucking handled it. His arm out, handled it. And if they would have scored that pen, we would have won the league. Remember that? And Steve, Fekir cause cheap broke, told Klopp he can only sign him or Beckett. That's right. If Fekir was signed, also Klopp wins another title. Mentioned that before, Stevie. Fekir. Great player, him. Great player. For Lyon. Play forward, didn't he? And Ali, PSG pays 150 million for João Neves and Kvaratskhelia. Meanwhile, we paid 250 million for Isak and Wirtz. For sure, they saw no quality in Neves and Kvaratskhelia. Said it before, Ali. When James Pearce said It was all a fucking, it was all BS when he said he's an unknown quantity. They fucking knew he was great, but they just didn't want to pay the money. And that's what it's all about. Because Jürgen was there, they didn't want to give him a fucking carrot. And Pat Francis, if they had tried harder to have taken points off City, under 15 City, I like that. I like the under 15, I like that. I found it interesting, Virgil, and kind of suggesting this season was, in his words, a season that cannot be repeated. It is perhaps the Jota and new signings bedding in periods as an excuse. Yes. Excuse. Excuse is right. And you know what, as you said about bedding in, transition. Fuck up. Jesus, fucking transition. Another cheap broke FSG are still monitoring Neves Cavani. That's all we ever fucking do is monitor. The T. I fucking hate calling IT the Champions League. I hate calling it the Champions League. It is the European Cup. 3/4 of the teams are in the Champions of fuck all. So for me, it's the European Cup. Yes. And we've won it 3 times. The European Cup. Cheap broke FSG did Klopp dirty on the Bellingham deal. And that was the final straw for Klopp. He decided to leave. Yeah, he said, I don't know whether you were there when I was talking about it. And his family was in, I forget the fucking hotel. And they were there for a few days, showing around Liverpool, And they were saying, they said to his mother, where would he like to live? He'd love to live here. Fucking pencil. Well, they showed them around nice areas and said, and flats and that, apartments. And he never came. Klopp never getting the full backing while he was manager was criminal, says Stephen Coughlin. Yes. No. I'm beginning to think after the United game, what is the fuss with Wirtz? I saw some clips of his passing, and the times he got out-muscled or misplaced or under-hit passes was shocking. Not convinced. A lot of people have said that, actually. No, a lot of people. And the T says, Raw, Wirtz is a luxury we can't afford. And Ali, I can bet that Kloppo left because of the mafia from the club. Those owners, he felt, got no respect after he made this club great again. No, he got no respect whatsoever. No respect. No respect. No. Frank Zubermendi says yes to joining LFC, and that the Chipro wanted to pay his release clause in pay. Yes, said it before about the Zub. Until one of the lads, Stephen Cochran, said, he wanted the bright lights of London. No, he didn't, Stephen. He was coming here. The Anfield to the T. We have Sir Bosley, don't we, mate? Who, correct me if I'm wrong, is a better 10. For what reason did we buy Vets? For we always needed a 6 destroyer, and for 160 million we could have bought anyone. Yes. Could have bought Kvaratskhelia. Not for that, for less, far less. And the Visa, Rod, I wonder if there is a world where Bayern would do a swap. Vert for Elise and Gapco for... Oh, fucking hell. I think you have to give... for Gapco for Kane, I think you have to pay a lot of fucking money. He's a natural fucking centre forward, is Harry Kane. He always seems to score against us, didn't he? Except in the final in Madrid. No way of Liverpool back in that Zionist state Israel, says Dermot Nolan. Exactly. We will never fucking back that. But you've only got to look at our chairman. The country doesn't even know where the fucking office is at Anfield. What he is. And a pat. I had a pat. If Liverpool has anything to do with Israel, I'm done. So, same here. That's the last straw, and worse. Make our club support genocide. Oh, that I like that. I like the way you said that. Make our club support genocide. That's it, cracking. That's the way you did that. No, sick nightmare. It is. And you know what else? Well, no one's mentioned on here about Isak and the story. Where did it come out of? The fucking current bun. The fucking current bun it came out. You know, that fucking rag that called me, who was down there, a fucking murderer, a fucking fella who pickpocketed our lads, who was fucking lying, dying, and dead, and peeing on the fucking cops. Because that's what we were called by those that fucking horrible fucking Mackenzie. I always remember the fella who wrote it, and he wrote it completely fucking different, you know. And a sub-editor went, like, that's a Mackenzie. Mackenzie was saying, oh, we are change that into that, change that into the truth. And the fella who said, I didn't write anything like that. Please believe me, he said. He didn't have to come on the TV and fucking say that. That fella. That reporter. That journalist. And Pa Francis Slot the Rot has to go. One, his tactics are dreadful. Yes. Two, his man management of the players is shocking. Yes. Three, his press conferences are so fucking boring and fucking terrible. Yes. And four, no charisma at all. He's got none, has he? Do you know what he's like? He's like a fucking bucket of paste. He's like a bucket of fucking paste. Do you know when you're pasting wallpaper and you're slapping it on like that? That's what he's fucking like. Someone calls him smooth brain. You see, in literature, which I do, and you get a lot of, like in the 19th century writings about phrenology, and you have to have lumps in the brain, to spark anything, to spark a conversation, to spark anything, any ideas. And he called him a fucking smooth brain because there's no fucking spark there at all whatsoever. Smooth brain. Smooth brain. And they're all from TW. The novice used to blame on that. The novice used to blame on that. And don't get me started on the overpaying of Vert and Isak. And the Lord to the Vader. I would love to think that that world exists. Elise and I have a bit of inside knowledge from a mate of mine who's a huge Liverpool fan. And as you suggest, that it would be a great swap for me. Talks about what's happened though. Oh, that's wasn't Gapco, was it, for him? Yeah, it was, wasn't it? And Kane. I don't know. Once fucking Gapco was mentioned. Stevie Frank. Out, Elliott, Enzo, Mac, Ryan, Bring Me, Anderson, Tonali, Fernandez, Kamara, back to heavy metal footy. I like Anderson and I'd rather have him than Wharton. Good shout that actually. Tonali's good. He's fucking good, him. I like him. And Fernandez. Don't know too much about Kamara though, but Fernandez, yeah, brilliant. I have to say this, but Harvey Elliott is not or ever will be good enough to be a starting player at this level. I said that before. I liked him coming off the bench. He lacks physicality like Wirtz does to be a top-notch player. I like the lad, but no. And the T says, it fucking amazes me how we didn't throw the money at Kvaratskhelia and Elise. Instead, we blew 240 fucking million on Wirtz, and he said, Kvaratskhelia I wanted. I just wanted that lad. And as it was James Pearce who said, he's an unknown quantity. I just said, oh, fuck off with your fucking unknown quantity. But that was an excuse so we wouldn't buy him. Why the owner, well, I don't call them owners, the custodians wouldn't buy him. Put out an excuse, and this is what they're fucking doing. Our Liverpool journalists, putting excuses out. We need a holding midfielder to protect the defence like a Diamant. Yes, or Mascherano in midfield, say Stephen. Of course, they've been fucking saying it for 3 years, Stephen. We need a DM. And they were saying last season about fucking Gravenberch. Oh, fuck off. Gravenberch. It's fucking useless. Frank. FOT. Over the top. Am I over the top? And the Vader Raw apparently buying like Gapco as well. I would drive him there. I think Kane and Elise would be brilliant for us. Imagine front three of Diamandi, Kane and Isak. Oh, Elise. Harry Payne. How old's he now? He must be in his fucking 30s, Harry. He's been going for fucking years. If Slot stays for next season, rename LFC, Dutch Pool FC. He's not staying, he's going. As I said, see, we've got our eye on 3 fucking more. No more Dutch players. Exactly. And the Anfield to the T. They went for targets thinking this will make us heroes, but hands on heart, after the dust settled, Ekatike and Kerkez were Liverpool signings, but the other 2 are not. Neither has any bollocks. And the T says, I worry for the next coach with Hughes, Edwards and the Yanks still here. Tosses, says the T. Steve Mulholland, the manager of Barnstone Worth United in ripping yarns could do better job than this. Barnstone Worth. Yeah, he was in the thing, wasn't it? Ripping yarns. Michael Palin. Barnstone Worth. And Stevie says, Frank, if Slaughter's kept on next season, we'll be Spurs 2.0. Watch and see. And the Anfield said, I'd really loved that Areola. He has that drive and he's earned his stripes. Liverpool League champs, 11 losses. Bournemouth, 9 losses. And he lost all his players, didn't he? And Stephen says, going Dutch was criminal by Liverpool. Yes. Yes, Stephen. Listen, boys, I'm going to go right down. I just had me fucking next one, unfortunately. You know, it bends and over. Salute. Ali, I don't even understand why we bought Ping Pong. He is a defender, winger. We don't even play with that position. I should thought he'd come in handy. And the way I wouldn't mind Areola either, though. Stevie, Frank Foden signs his new deal with 1 year left. Still no news on Konate signing a new deal. What the fuck are Edwards used to it? Exactly. They let everything run down. We should have stuck with German type coaching and backroom team, says the German culture kind of fits with the city. Don't ask me why, but I just like German coaches and ideas of play. Dutch is not. Well, they've always liked Liverpool, the Germans. You know, we had a May Blitz in 1941, and they said, shall we bomb Liverpool? Yeah, okay. But how are we going to get back? And the Big Eight said, listen, lads, listen, Gordon told me that you've got 3 buildings there. One is called the Liver Building, one is called the Cunard Building, and one is called the Port of Liverpool Building. They're your markers to get home, so don't fucking bomb them. All right. So they said, all right, Adolf. All right, mate. So the Luftwaffe loved our little city. Germalines. I said, so for German Sally, so that fucking funny. It was called Beat City. Okay, now. And they had the German interpreter who was a Liverpool girl, Scouser. And I said to her, whatever you do, don't fucking mention the war, all right? She went, no, I won't. Do you think I am? So I said, okay. Good girl. Fucking went down by the town hall, see all that building, shown fucking big holes in it. And he said, What is this? What is this? And then she turned around to me and he said, do you want to know what it is? Those big holes. I said, I fucking told you not to mention the war. She said, well, how do I know? I don't know anything about the war or anything. So I had to tell them that it was the Luftwaffe during the May Blitz. Did all that damage and it's up as symbolises the Second World War and the May Blitz. She told me to fuck off at the end, I said, thanks for your, today. She said, oh, fuck off. Shocking. Do we see injury-prone players and say they'll do for us? It's a bargain. We always do, Cedric. We always do, mate. That's why they go fucking cheap. Because they're always... Anyway. As we're looking at the Wharton stats, he's missed a lot of games. We can't have more injury-prone players. He says, yeah, well, I said it before, didn't I? He's injury-prone. And Rodri and the ball in the Everton game, that should have been a pen. Yes, Stephen mentioned that as well. And it was an hand out. That should have won us the league, that. But would Everton have scored it? The pen. Last fucking minute. And Stevie, Frank, De Zerbi, after one game and a few training sessions, has a style of play for Spurs. Slot played 35 EPL games and still has no style of play. Yes. The law to the Vader. He seems to have something. It's efficient, but also organised. And when Bournemouth are expensive, it's very good to watch. I do like Nagelsmann. I'd be made up if he comes here. Nagelsmann won't come here. I don't rate him, you know. I don't rate Nagelsmann. In all honesty, though, that's me. Raw, I wouldn't mind Honess or Areola. Honess is improved. It's his first fucking season. Come on, lads, fuck's sake. The dream would be Enrique, though, but unlikely. Enrique is like Pep. You've got to have loads of fucking money. What did he do at Barca? And why did he leave Barca? Any idea? And he went to a fucking team that's got money coming out of its ears. So you could imagine him with us, couldn't you? Well, that's me. That's just my opinion. And the Vader says the Anfield Roar. The club always like a Spaniard or German. Honess is a great shout. That's Ollie Honess's son, isn't it? But it's his first fucking season. Come on, lads. In the fucking Prem. Be like fucking Slot. Well, that's me. And Raw Areola lost loads of players as well and still gets the maximum out of his players. Very good coach. Yes, agree there. Anfield. Frankie Baldy excuse words. Transition, it's VAR's fault. Players injured and ref doesn't stop. PSG are superior. PSG are the best. PSG, I sleep with Enrique. PSG are better than Liverpool. Might as well. It's like Kaya Callas, the chief diplomat of the EU. She just goes to fucking bed dreaming of Russia. Get up, having breakfast with Russia, lunch Russia, tea Russia. In other words, she's a Russophobe. And that's just like that. I love these. Are you not watching the Champions League? Says Nagels. Nigel Mendonce. No, Nigel Mendonce. Right. No, we're not watching the Champions League. Thing is, why would we watch the Champions League? Liverpool are not there. I'm not watching it, but these are on the chat. They've got a telly and they've got the laptop and they're fucking looking at me. And they're commenting, but looking at the game. But tomorrow night, I'll be watching the Bayern game and the PSG game without any interruption because I'm not doing a pod. And the Anfield, Areola lost 3 of his back 4 and they haven't conceded or lost as many as us. And we only lost Trent. That's true, that is true. That's a great shout there, I don't know. Steve, Frank, bring in Milner, Enzo as part of the backroom staff. This summer, players won't slack off no more. Good shout. Good shout. And Stevie, Frank, I'm amazed the fans have not shown their anger towards AXA Standard Charter as sponsors. No, because they don't fucking know anything about them. I've been saying it for fucking years. Especially when people were going, we don't want fucking oil money, we don't want oil money. They haven't a fucking clue about our own fucking owners. They haven't a fucking clue. I was telling someone, he said, you're only saying that. I said, oh, okay then. Yeah, I'm only fucking saying it. Fuck's sake. So you're right there, Stevie, lad. Don't buy, yes, you'll never walk alone. Justice for the 97. Yes, good shout there, Stephen. Paddy the Bazzy always bans the current bun reporters from his US press. He does. And you know what? We fucking brought them back. These fucking lot have brought them fucking back. You remember Jürgen banning them? Jürgen and that, no, that's it. Fuck off. You're not coming here no more. And now they're fucking back. That's how they got the Isak story. Think about fucking that. And these fucking pricks. And Stevie. Frank, breaking news. Newcastle want Jones and ready to offer Tonali in the deal. We need a fucking scouser. Okay, now. But that's Tonali's got, but fuck me. And the Vader. Yeah, Rob. The truth, it looks better than Kirk has. It's coaching, making players better. What's happened to Jayden Downs? Liverpool, why can't he be given a chance to be given a run in the team? Well, he's just come back from injury, hasn't he? Really, he's been out for a very, very long time. And the raw to the Vader, someone made that point about Slot. What player has his coaching improved? I can't think of one. He hasn't improved anyone. In fact, they've all got worse, says the Anfield, and we all know that. Well, you've got us in one, Jamie. You've got us in one, mate. Who would be your choice to replace Slot, Frank? It's Alonso for me, and Gerrard as number 2. Spot on. Bang on. There you are, right in the middle, and that's it. And if anyone fucking disagrees, well, fine. You know, because as one of the lads say, they want Nagelsmann or Areola or fucking Jimmy down the fucking Swan there. I don't fucking know. If you know me, that's what I mean about fucking players being linked with Liverpool. Now it's managers, but it's not one manager. Oh, I like this fella as well. Or I don't mind him, you know. Oh, I'll tell you what about him? I just fucking want him, Alonso, because he fucking knows the city. He knows the fans. He'll embrace us. As usual, he's a great manager. A fucking great manager. And on that, I'm fucking finishing. I'm going to fucking in my living room to watch E.T. We need a top keeper with Alisson leaving. It does not happen with Marmadash or Woodman for next season. No. Woodman, no fucking chance. No chance. No chance whatsoever. FSG are the Scrooges of Anfield, penny pinchers of LFC. You'll never walk. Yes. Yes. The Scrooges. Now they just take all our fucking money. And the Vader Raw, he hasn't improved anyone, mate. He's made all of them worse. When we got Isak and Wirtz, everyone wanted them. And he's managed to turn them into very average players. He has to be replaced. Bring in a competent manager, coach to replace Slot. Watch Kirkers, Wirtz, Isak start playing well. They'll all play fucking well, though, won't they, Stevie? Everyone will play well. Jurgen Klopp pushed Liverpool to 97, 99 and 92 points. Numbers that win titles now. It was achieved with pure hard work and brilliance. And to think someone wanted him gone, fucking crazy. It's not only that, CW, but he won those, as you're saying, he got all those points and he won every single trophy that any club can fucking win. And he wouldn't strengthen every time he won a trophy. And he won them all on a shoestring budget. And yet this fucking ballsy fraud. Look, I'm finishing, boys. I'm absolutely shattered. So if you want to join me, I'll be here on Thursday with more. And also, don't forget Friday. I've got this thing about the Titanic that was being banned for years. It's the greatest documentary I've ever seen. And I'm playing it on Friday. Please watch it. Join me, 7 o'clock. And I'm playing it at 7:30. And it's only getting played once. Watch it. It's fucking brilliant. It's been banned. The footage on it, banned as well. So, I'm going to leave you, boys. I'll have to. I'm absolutely shattered. My fucking neck's killing me. I need more soda water in my gin. Or I might just throw vodka in it as well, instead of soda water. So on that note, I'm going to say thank you for joining me. Hopefully, I'll see you on Thursday. If not, I'll see you on Friday for the Titanic. It'll be powerful stuff. Okay? Thanks, everyone. Up the Reds. And fuck Slot. Okay? To our boys and girls.